Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Teams Team. Happy Friday to all of you that are out there in the normal workforce of things. Unlike Ramon and I, where the excitement never stops. I think we get 4 days off in July, like about July 10. It looks like for the All Star break. Other than that, sports year round for us. No days to sleep. So for me, I kind of watched a lot of the NFL draft last night. So hopefully you guys feel like you got players for your favorite teams that were sufficient. I had to wait all the way to the end. So now I feel like I'm a little bit sleepy, but I'm excited for the Chiefs. I actually thought that they were going to probably go ahead just for the fun of it, since everyone waited around just to trade off their last pick. But they didn't. They went with a local favorite there with Felix and Duki Uzama. So excited to get that defense back in line. How about you, Ramon? Were you happy with those Chargers yesterday and their pick?
Well, I watched the draft, of course, and you had to wait till the end, but we had all that hype at the beginning. It was all Chiefs Kingdom. Oh, we're in Kansas City for the draft, so we'll see. Chargers opt to go for a wide receiver, and
I think it's a good move. Why not?
Certainly plenty of moves, plenty of excitement. If you're a draftnik, if you will, I remember going to watch the draft as taking off school as a kid.
Really? Okay, cool, nice.
Yeah, about they had little draft parties back then. I don't know. It's not like it is today, but how did your team do, folks? Thank you for joining us for the morning steam here. Yes, on Friday, April 28th, with the Midwest's premier sports handicapper, Mindy Hahn. I'm your host, Ramon Scott, coming to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas,
Nevada.
Preview today. Our games start with NBA, then go to NHL playoffs, and then Major League Baseball. Not only the draft last night, but we did see the Boston Celtics close out Atlanta. Mindy, we got beat somehow there with the Hawks. We took the 7, and somehow they played a great game. They hung in there, covering the whole way pretty much. And Boston gets the money still. So did you guys have it out there? The Celtics. We're going to talk about today's 2 games. NHL, Mindy, we saw certainly, the Toronto Maple Leafs is getting a little hot in here.
Right. Are they going to continue with not being able to make it, right?
Oh, boy. That was, there have to be, I saw the guy in the stands after the game shaking his head. He was like an instant meme with his Maple Leafs jersey on. So we'll talk about today's 4 games in playoff hockey. Let's say hello to a few folks here and see if they're happy with the draft. It continues. We only did one round, and
right. It was a long one round, wasn't it?
Curtis was here to let some folks in the door to start us off on our Friday. Let's say hello to Curtis here, and also Sherilyn coming over and visiting us today. Ziggy is here, and Butterscotch, Brent Cook, and Blake. Hi, everybody. Hopefully we get some winners going here. Thomas Lewis Bionic is here today. Shannon Moore is visiting us. Jerome is here as well. Darren here today. Gerardo. Jay Boone.
All right. Lots of folks to start us off.
Yes, that's great to see. And Blake said it sounds like he's watching it on YouTube. They're watching it on Twitter when the picks come across. Lucky Power here today. Good to see everyone. Well, let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com and see who did what. I was, kind of whining a little bit about some of these beats, but I'm back on the horse again here today. And over at Tony's Picks, well, been a decent day for the Cappers. Let's pick it up here. One thing though I don't see is a lot of representation by our crew a little bit here, if you
Right.
will. But hey, we're all on the same team. And Ralph Raymond, 4-0, nice job there by Ralph. Perfect day. Ben Ruhala, Tony T, 3-1 also. Collins 4-2. Josh with a win in his only play. Nick up there at 4-3, and Tiffany, there's our representation.
Rounding out the pack.
Team 6-5.
All right.
All right. Well, yeah, that's. Take a look right now. Last 7 days, Sean Dinwiddie up there plus 975. There's Tiffany plus 819. Ralph plus 600, and there I am 563. Morning Steam, 40 wins, 30 losses. Last 7 days, we're doing fine. We'll get them today. Let's take a look. Collins here last month. He's been still on top, almost 2,500 units. Ralph up there, Sean, myself. Don't forget, visit us over at tonyspicks.com. You'll find our premium picks over there. Those are our best picks. We're about to give you some free winners here. Complimentary.
Yay, complimentary. It always reminds me of continental breakfast. That's what I always think of when I hear complimentary.
Absolutely free. Well, maybe the breakfast should be free around here.
Yes, I agree with that. Tony should provide breakfast every day for the handicappers.
Whoa. I was happy to fill in there yesterday. I just came on and did a couple of plays. Nick Vartini's got a 7-pack in there, $30, great value. 3 NBA, 4 NHL.
Whoa,
big time loaded up in the playoffs. Yeah, there's only 6 games, so going side in total sounds like on one, at least one. Ben's got a 3-pack in Major League Baseball. Daniel Wolasicek also a 3-pack in the major leagues. You can click on the All Cappers tab, find the handicapper of your choice to get signed up. Also, to our long-term packages, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. Also, you can get the picks of us, the morning's team. If you missed the show, don't see the picks on that we're about to give and agree on, hopefully a lot of them, you can always subscribe to the picks over at tonyspicks.com. And Minnie and I benefit from your patronage. If you get those picks, you can always go back and watch the show, get all the picks for free. We'll give them out for free here. One on every game, at least one on every game. A lot of times 2. If Mindy and I agree, it goes down as a premium pick for Team Steam. We try to incorporate your guys' suggestions as well. Sometimes we just go off on our own.
We're going rogue.
Yeah, sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. And that becomes a premium pick for us, in addition to our other premium picks that we have individually. So, all right. Mindy gives her suggestion, then I just tag along, see if I'm going to go. Here's NFL to go here today. Good morning. Thank you. And Moneyline Mills as well. Coming to us from Florida. All right, Mindy, we're going to get ready, get rolling, get started with the show.
All right.
With our picks.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, we're going to start, like I said, in these pro sports playoffs, the NBA, to get us rolling. 2 games at least. Kind of feels, teams dropping off quickly. We've kind of said, hey, we knew it would come down to this, but
yeah, I was kind of like, there's still 4 hockey teams today? Goodness.
Yeah, one game, I was waiting, at the end of the Celtics game, you're like, boy, I wish there was another game right now. Because baseball, it was, face it was kind of dead there. Good thing the draft was on, I think, by the time the games were winding up. Lingowick here today as well. Touting the Knicks to get it done.
Knicks and 6.
Okay, here we go with the NBA. Going to take a look at the Kings and the Warriors, Mindy. Well, Warriors, man, at home they're looking smooth. We know the storylines a little bit with these two and what's going on. Maybe, gosh, you think that this has been such a good series. Warriors are 7.5, 234.5 showed as high, opened as high as 8.5. Maybe went all the way down to this number of 7. Now 7.5. Hmm.
Well, I mean, the Kings definitely play this Warriors team, I think, better on the road. They've had a couple of days rest here as well. I think Kings are kind of desperate in this, situation. Each of these games have been decided basically by 7 points or less. I feel like I got to go with the Kings today. I just think it's too many points here for the Warriors at home in this type of position. I like the Kings today.
Well, it feels kind of uncomfortable. When the Kings are trying to chase them down in the corners. Warriors are throwing up those threes, and it ends up being a situation where the Kings are kind of having to, match points with them on the road a little bit. Look, they have the man. We have Fox in there. That's definitely a good sign. I say we have, so it sounds like you know what I'm going to do, Mindy.
Uh-oh.
Let's take the Kings
All
one
right.
more time, plus 7.5. They're too good to get blown out, aren't they?
I think so. 7.5 is a bunch.
Gerardo's going to go with him. Thomas is leaning that way. And sounds like Corday he likes under again. Darren Kings and the points. And Butterscotch says he does like the Warriors today. They'll step it up and crush the Kings. Ziggy does say take the over here. And you look at that total and you see where it is, right at 235 now. And maybe we saw it a little higher in the last one. Brent, it's hard to back the Kings right now. He says they aren't getting it done, especially on the right. I mean, it does seem like Warriors on the road, whatever. And the Warriors are definitely taking the public action here. I feel like if you go by those, numbers sites that are coming in, probably at least 2/3 of the action. So Brent's on the Warriors, Jerome's on the Warriors. This is one we're talking about, Mindy, where we're going against the chat a little bit here. It's hard for should I say hard for professional handicappers to pass up on 7.5 points with a playoff teams, right? There should be no way. Jay Boone, is this a first half?
I feel like that's kind of what more the spread should be, about half of that.
Oh, well, that makes me feel better. All right, let's take the Kings. Mindy and I are on the Kings. Everyone else is on the Warriors. There's a little bit of support for the Kings in there, certainly. Looks like running about 2-1 though in the chat. I'd say, Mindy, for the Warriors here. So I don't know. Yeah, it just that's what it gets uncomfortable when they start hitting the threes a little bit. The crowd gets going. Still, impressed sometimes how the Kings have been able to fight back. All right. How about when the Grizzlies take on the Lakers?
How about it?
Well, I'm showing it now at 5, and the total 218.5.
Well, I feel like I'm, been with the Lakers. I feel like I'm not going to do anything different here at this point. The Grizzlies 0-4 against the spread in the last 4 meetings here in Los Angeles. 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 meetings with the Lakers here overall. Again, I just kind of feel like the Lakers just need to get this done. That's kind of how I look at it. I think they got a little bit more momentum going into this. A little bit more, I think, to prove than this Grizzlies team. I'm taking the Lakers here again.
Okay, yeah, and this one is the one that has the more reasonable spread. I mean, you got 2 teams,
right,
2 teams tonight with these, their backs are to the wall. So Grizzlies in the same position as the Kings, not getting quite as many points. I don't know, this one at 218.5 now. You see kind of where the totals moving to, and that's probably where I'm going to go in this one. I'm going to end up on the under here with Memphis and the Lakers. Let's run it by the chat and see what they think. You've got Thomas, looks like he's on the Lakers. Corday will take the points. Brent will lay the points. And Jerome's on the Lakers. Darren on the Lakers. I think you guys are on the Lakers. We are a gambling show. I think there's not coming in here saying go Lakers. It's all of our regulars. Ziggy wants to go under. I'm with Ziggy. Brent has them in a parlay. And Butterscotch got a lean Memphis. Jay says Lakers on the money line today. And thank you to Thomas. He wants to go under in this one. So I've got support with my under. There's a couple in there on the Grizz, it looks like, in this one, Mindy, but you're on the Lakers to close it out. We'll lose another 2 teams if this one. We went on, even though we went on Sacramento. I mean, that'd be great if they won, extend the series a little bit. I mean, obviously that's what both these teams that are down 3-2 want to do. But again, we're on Sacramento for our play, and then Mindy's on the Lakers. I'm on the under. So that's a look at the NBA to start us off. Always want to get some game 7s if we can. But we'll see. All right, let's get into hockey. 4 games on the ice tonight, and fire up the goalie computer here.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen any confirmed goaltenders just yet. But got the Hurricanes. Hurricanes are in the position to close it out here tonight on the road against the Isles. We've got lots of closeout potential tonight in every game, actually.
Right.
Hurricanes on the road, though. Take a look at that line, Mindy. The Islanders are favored in the game to send it to a game 7. Islanders, $1.20, 5.5 under 40.
Well, I kind of like the Hurricanes in this one here. I think that's one of those that they got to go ahead and get the pressure. They got to go ahead and get the shots on goal. I think they got to go ahead and capitalize on the power plays like they did in game 4. I'm looking for the Hurricanes here to shut them out. I think they're going to do it here with a little bit of money.
Well, it sounds like something you could find a prop on, Mindy, if you can get them to shut them out tonight. Well, that indicates to me, unless you think it's actually going to be some crazy 6-0 score, that a shutout usually will tend to be an under, and that's the way I'll go in this one. I'll be the one that takes the under. So we got Minnesota on the Hurricanes. I will be on the under. Maybe it's Ranta, maybe it's Sorokin, probably will be. Let's see what the chat says. Here's Carolina and over for Butterscotch. And Fernando giving us Carolina here. And Scott says, hello, Scott. He says, under. 2-0, 3-0. Mindy's calling for a shutout here for the Hurricanes. The Islanders, the most thrilling team in hockey. My friend Cook will take him. He's a believer. Ziggy says he will go under here. All right. Mindy's on the Canes. I'm on the under. Bruins. Saw what happened last time, Mindy.
Right, I did. We got the money on that one.
We were on the Panthers. Bruins here, though, favored on the road. $1.70 or so. Total is 6. Bruins.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting if the Panthers, can duplicate what they did before. They were outshot, or the Bruins team was outshot 25-47, only controlled the 38% of the face-offs. It's one of those things like they're really going to have to, I think come into this one with a little bit more intensity, this Bruins team. I think they're going to do it. They're 2 for 4 on power play last time. I think the Bruins here come back. For me, I don't mind the price here, minus 170 today.
I think that's kind of what has been on the Bruins with you, Mindy. I kind of put it at $1.95 or so. Really, I mean, yeah. Look, we were on the Panthers. Gave them a big shot, gave them a big effort, and they came through. I think now back with Boston on the road, they smell like they can. Let's take care of it. Let's not go back. Let's not make it a game 7 situation. Let's just get it done because you don't want to be screwing around. Here's Gerardo on the cane. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that was the last game. Sorry about that. Here's Gerardo on the Bruins. And that's what Scott says. They will not allow this to go on any further.
Did not like how many shots on goal.
Bruins here,
Yeah.
butterscotch on regulation. Oh, yeah. Bruins here for Brent. And that's been the question with Florida has been what's going on with the goaltending. Even Bob, they were giving him a lot of credit, and yeah, he did come through. It wasn't great. They were singing like he just saved the season. I thought it was the rest of the team that kind of did most of the job. So Corday says 4-2 Bruins. Fernando, this means Bruins. I know that. Jerome will take a goal and a half there, minus $1.65. Understood. Yeah, I don't know. If dollar said, hey, we're not laying the puck line, Mindy and I. We're going to lay the price here. Solo says good morning, and he goes over. They go over. I don't think we've ever confirmed Solo. We don't. We don't know. Okay, let's see what else. Bruins. Jay says Bruins money line. They just had one bad game. bad Bruins. But hey, we picked our spots, Mindy. I mean, that's what handicapping's all about. So
Sure.
We're not afraid. We're not saying that just because we were on Florida on the road that game that we like Florida all the way. We're coming back on Boston here to close it out. All right, another team that can close it out is the Dallas Stars. They're on the road here. This one's close. No doubt about it. It's nearly a pick 'em. Wild may be the slightest of favorites if you look at some of these sites. Mindy, there's some that are kind of pick-a-me, but
Pick-a-me. I like that. Pick-a-me.
I might have just invented that.
I think you did. I like the word, though. Pick-a-me. All right.
Either way, it's supposed to be close. What do you have here? Stars and Wild.
Well, the Stars have outscored the Wild here 17-13 in this series. That 4-0 shutout in Game 5. Scored twice on the power plays here. Ottinger stopped all 27 shots on goal. I think this year is going to be a lot more of the same. I'm going to go here with the Stars again.
I'm on the Stars with Mindy Hahn. We've got a couple of plays here. We're taking some road teams to close out series. Scott Smart's also with us here.
What's that data on the road, Ramon? Do you still have it?
You mean the league
teams are still up, right?
The league-wide data of the road. I mean, it's been just crazy that's the way it's gone in this postseason. So. Right now, it's road teams 24-16 currently. All right. See if we got any more. Brent Cook on the Stars, Solo on the Stars, Scotch on the Stars. That's the consensus play. Well, not so much, says Jerome. Once a while. We're committed, Mindy. We're on the Stars here. And, look, I mean, it's 5.5. This is the closest series. The Islander game 2 off, obviously pretty closely rated. Not as close as this one. Take Dallas on the road. Close it out tonight against the Wild.
What? Nathan is going crazy on the video poker again. Nice. I'm never that lucky on video poker, that's for sure. But on my, after I turned 21, I did actually hit a quarter jackpot, and I did pay off my car with it. So, hey, there was something good that came out of me and my one casino jackpot win. It was only like $800.
I don't do too many machines, but I'll maybe do some video poker now and then. Uh, Maybe
So
I'll head on
when you
over.
worked if you worked at the casino, you probably couldn't play at the casino, right?
You can play machines, but not
Oh, okay.
you cannot play. I think every place is probably different, but where I was at, it was always you could play machines. You could not play table games where like the
Okay.
human element was involved. Like my buddy Mindy's dealing to me, give me find a way to give me a good card or something. You can go in there and burn through all your money playing, slots,
Sure.
certainly. But maybe I'll head on over to Jackpot Joni's over here, just around the corner. I mean, they have like
Oh,
these
that would be fun. You should, and then
ramen.
post all your pictures in Discord
Yeah,
so we
well, you know
can
how it is, Mindy. When you could go to like
probably the grocery store, right?
grocery store and the gas stations and play
Uh,
as well. So I don't hit the machines too often. I'm a poker player. I think everyone knows that.
yeah, I like blackjack. Other than that, I don't play too much. I
No
don't know.
idea.
I'm too scared to go sit at the casino and play poker. I would have to, you'd have to give me the rundown.
Well, I've never played in the World Series. I played World Series of Poker circuit event where they
Yeah.
travel around when they come to San Diego before the pandemic for a few years. I was
Did you wear
playing that.
glasses?
But yeah, I do sometimes need glasses to see the board a little bit, but maybe gearing up. I may play the seniors event at the
Oh,
World Series of Poker here in a couple of months.
fun.
Uh, Maybe
How do
I
you
don't know.
qualify? Or
You
do
just
you have to
pay
do
your
like,
money.
oh, you don't have to do like online events to qualify. You just have to pay your ante.
Yeah, a
Okay.
senior event's like one is like 1,000, and so maybe maybe you can get a piece of me, Mindy, and well,
Hey,
when we cash, you could score with me.
all right. I like it. Anything
If
I can gamble
anybody,
on, especially Ramon, I'll do it.
I'm not here to round up stakers of $1,000. I think I can do it, but
We each put in a
it'd
hundred or
be fun
so.
actually to represent the chat or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see any more plays here. Stars and Wild. All right. And I know I've mentioned it before on the show. I don't know. Maybe it was so long ago. I haven't said it probably in maybe the first month or two around there. I have played on one of those. I've played on national TV before. One of those poker shows. I've been on there. Uh, they show your introduction and all that. All right. Yep. Jerome's ready to move to the last game. So let's do it. And it's going to be Mindy, the Avalanche, and the Stars. I'm still kicking myself for not taking the Kraken on the road like I have all year. And now
Ramon, you gotta let it go.
I don't get another chance. Well, I didn't even get another chance. Colorado can be the one tonight to close it out. Will they do it on the road here against the Kraken?
Yeah, I mean, I hate
I
making
mean,
this play, right? I mean,
Kraken.
I'm rooting for the Kraken. I just don't think they're gonna get it done. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Avalanche. I mean, they are the NHL champs. It's one of those that I think they're gonna have to duplicate that game three that they had all those 34 shots on goal, 58% of faceoffs. They just have to come up here and show the intensity here. Avalanche 14-4 in their last 18 conference quarterfinal games there as well. I'm begrudgingly taking the Avalanche.
Yeah, Fernando said, "What's the series?" I just spaced out a little bit because I was still thinking about that last game. It's the Kraken, of course, that can do it here.
Yeah,
As
3-2.
amazing as it sounds, but Ziggy wants Avalanche. I want Avalanche with Mindy. I'll lay this on the road, get one more game out of this, and maybe I can find one more opportunity
To bet
to
on the
take the Kraken on the road. That's what I need to at least make it
redeem yourself.
and could they go that? I think it'll be a great game seven. Any of these will be some fun. I hope we get game sevens out of these. We're on 3 road teams, Mindy,
We
tonight.
are.
3 road teams, 2 of them pretty big favorites. Wow. Jerome says, here's the Kraken coming through. How about the pictures we saw from Seattle? That was awesome. Glad you had a good time with that one. But yeah, if anything, this has been about the road teams, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll take them tonight.
All
All
right.
right.
We're done. We got it.
We're in and we're going to baseball. Here we go. And we'll start with, well, we've got our Royals correspondent with us to give us the scoop. Let's get into the games today in the major leagues. Now, this one is a late afternoon game in Minnesota. And really just kind of one early game, kind of early game as far as the rest of the card and as far as Friday is concerned. I know Tony was saying, Mindy, on the show the other day when we were going off the air. I know two teams that don't play on Friday. Well, it's the Padres. Of course, they're heading to Mexico City to take on the
Oh,
Giants in a couple of games. I'll tell you
okay.
this, folks, before I let Mindy go here and get on. The Padres and the Giants going down to Mexico. They're playing a couple of games in Mexico City. It's like Colorado. It's like Colorado on steroids, you guys. I mean, the Mexico City is like 2,000 feet higher than Coors Field. So
Right.
maybe, I don't know if anybody wants to go that way, but I would say this. I mean, I think you're going to get a whirlwind of discussion on that topic alone about how we could see games that have 15, 16, 18 runs. I'm not calling that to be the case, Mindy, but if you think that is going to be the case, I promise you're going to want to get on those totals on that series. Maybe I could check it out and see. I don't know if they've started to date because those are weekend games, and don't think yeah, I'd pretty much get on it now, you guys, unless they're asleep at the wheel. I see DraftKings has it on the board. They have the total at 9. Doesn't make any sense. Maybe they're more expertish than I am. Not
You do
inventing more
expert.
words. Inventing more words. The total apparently is 9 at DraftKings, 9 under 15. I don't know. That looks like a mistake to me. I don't think there's any difference between Colorado and Oklahoma City as far as setting the total. So I think
You're
this
like, why
is
is
going
it
to go
not
up.
13?
Maybe it's not going to go up. Maybe I don't know what don't know what's going on. I'm just basically thinking about, the altitude. All right, Minnie, let's go. Royals and Twins. Oh, that's something to consider because that line's going to be coming up on all the books here soon, and it's already up on DraftKings. And I don't think it's going to last long at 9. I think the public's going to feel like me and think it's going to be. So I don't know. I don't know if I meant to say, you know, 15, 16, 18 runs, but especially the way the Padres are hitting. But I don't know. It might. All right, Minnie, go ahead.
All
Royals
right.
and
Well, thanks
Twins.
for looking out for us. I got the insider tip a day ahead of time. I like it. So for this one here today, the Royals, one of the worst teams in the big leagues here this season, only
Oh,
have one series win here thus far. Twins, on the other hand, lead in the AL Central. They've won 4 of their last 5 here. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and give this Royals team a chance here today. I'm going to take them plus 1.5 here on the run line. I just think they can keep pace. Lyles and Lopez, if we take a look at their splits, pretty right on, 5.84 to 5.44. Again, it's one of those that, Lyles has to keep the ball down. He has that high slugging percentage. So if he can do that, I'll feel pretty confident that this Royals team can hang in there.
all right. Yeah, we haven't seen the Royals win yet for Lyles, but
That is
maybe
correct.
this will be the maybe this will be the change, and I'll take the over in this one with these two teams, especially with Lyles in there. Minnesota obviously clicking pretty well right now. I'll take the over. Mindy's going to be on the Royals here. Get your comments ready on all these baseball games so we can whip through these. All right. Awesome. Awesome, Jerome. That really was cool that you put those pictures up there too. Good seats, look like.
Yeah.
Corday taking 2.5 here. Blake's going to be on the other side. Mindy, he'll lay those. It's take some
I get it.
take some guts to be on the Royals, and that is Mindy's team, and we know. Look, Mindy's not one of those just always coming out. She is quick to go against when her teams are not doing well. There's no doubt about that. Brent says he likes them to light up Lyles, if you will. Ziggy, though, with you here. Butterscotch going to go the other way. And I'm not, Butterscotch is great. We know he's a big time contributor. I don't care about stringing together some wins before I get on a team. I will get on a team, but not going to here with Mindy, I'm afraid. Parlay Jay says, watch out, Mindy. We got some rain here today. And maybe this one will be, maybe I can look at my weather here real quick as we roll on. But Howard here today. Twins run line. A lot of support, Twins run line, no doubt about it. I don't think Mindy was expecting anything less from the general public.
Right.
I'm just categorizing all of our expert chat. Here's another Twins run line. So Mindy on the Royals here today. Did you say run line though? Of course, Mindy on that.
Of course, yes. I don't think they'll get the outright win, but I think they can do some work here today.
All right, and Jerome here, Minnesota run line, Bionic, Minnesota run line. You guys, we get it. I'll take the over in this one. All right, next up. Well, this is a good pitching matchup considering the way things have gone so far this season. How about the Cubs and Stroman and the Marlins and Luzardo? Yes, this is a good pitching matchup considering where we're at so far this season. I just want to update that. Royals, Twins, 10% risk, 10% risk of postponement, and the temperature in the low 40s, no doubt about it. Showing precipitation at the beginning of the game, clearing up, then a little bit more precipitation. It's going to come and go. There looks like there will be some rain, whether or not I'll postpone the game. All right, Mindy. Cubs and Marlins are next in this one. Go ahead. Yep.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that I like both of these pitchers so far. Stroman, we know, has been having a really nice year with that 0 ERA here on the road. It's one of those that I just think it's going to be more of the Marlins not being able to produce runs here. Chicago, on the other hand, has been really solid here offensively. Cubs are also playing really well on the road, right? 6-2 here so far. I'm going to go with the Cubs today. I'm going to take them minus what? 120? 115?
Yeah. And if anything, I mean, Luzardo has been terrific as well. He's been profitable so far this year. A little bit more profitable, I would say, than Stroman. Cubs here, he says, he's got the pitching rather even, and the Cubs have been hitting. Here's Cubs for Blake. Here's Cubs run line for Jerome. Scotch has it as a lock. Ziggy would go Marlins. So it's back and forth, I think. Well, no, I'm going to say it's almost all Cubbies. I think if you're on the Marlins with Ziggy in this one, you're on the minority side here, I would say. Look at all these. So, Mindy on a Friday. No, you don't, Corday. That's crazy. All right. Luzardo, no doubt, doing a great job so far when he's out there. And it looks like Matt says Cubs plus 1.5 and under 9 single game parlay. Or maybe there is an under 9. Maybe it's one of those boosty things that they have. I'm inventing words all over the place. Boosty.
You are like totally on fire. We'll take the dictionary.
Let's take the Cubs here. Corday is scoreboard 3.0. I want to know how I do on each day of the week. That's what it is. All right. Great job, you guys. Mindy was taking the Cubs. We're on the Cubs with Stroman. Yeah, maybe because those bats. I saw to me. Pitching maybe kind of even, and then the Marlins, they still have. Here's one more, Cubbies money line and under. Yeah, to me, maybe that's where I'd draw the line. I mean, maybe it's an even pitching option, but still have that Marlins bottom 3 or 4 offense against the Cubs offense that's probably top 5 or 6, I would say, right now. The way the Cubs are starting to, they're hitting. You're right, they are hitting. They are starting to hit, no doubt. All right, Mindy, the Orioles and the Tigers. It's the old Rodriguez rematch.
Right. I was like, when I saw that this morning, I'm like, I know we just had this.
And in this one, we got Orioles 125, 7.5 under 25.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Eduardo Rodriguez, he deserves probably a lot more credit than what he's been, getting here
Yeah,
this
not much run
season. I
support.
mean, I think this is going to be a close game here today. I think it's going to be, a pretty decent, pitching duel here. I'm going to go under the total of 7.5, especially with you got, like I said, Eduardo. I mean, what, 0 ERA on his split? I'm going to take the
No
under
run
here.
support at all for Eduardo. That's been a big problem. I mean,
Both of them,
Tigers.
average 11.7, Ks per 9 inning on the road and home. So I think it's going to be a good matchup today.
Yeah, and maybe I like the uh, Eduardo yeah, probably a little bit better, even though Eduardo, like I said, no run support at all. I mean, that's if you just and the Orioles have gotten some run support for their man Rodriguez, but uh, Detroit, that lineup is just, oh, well, they might have some
Wonderful.
good spots today here, but man, I just don't feel that comfortable with it. I'm going to have to take Baltimore on the road at this price. I think it might just be a price play for me. I don't mind, Mindy. I mean, these two teams have definitely produced some unders. Um, but man, 7.5 under 25. I mean, uh, don't feel comfortable with that at all. Really, quite frankly, is the total itself. Especially when I saw openers that were 8 under 20. Now we're super juiced to 7.5. Could this one go off at 7 over? Are there 7 overs out there already? Let me pull that up because boy, that one just keeps going down and down and down. No, not necessarily. In fact, most of them are juiced at 7.5 under 20. So, all right. All right. I'm on the Orioles. Oh, let me get the chat in here real quick, Mindy. We got a Nerfy here. We've got uh, Orioles for Blake, Butterscotch on Baltimore, Ziggy's on the over. Couple of Nerfies here with Matt, with Brent. Bionic likes the Tigers. And Jerome on Detroit, Solo on the O's. So a little bit of mixed bag there in this one. And I'll take the Orioles. Mindy's on the under. All right. All right, Mindy. When you got Rich Hill and you're on the road, you're a favorite, especially when only when you're playing the Washington Nationals, I guess. Here are the Pirates, $1.30, and the total 8.5 over -120. What you're going to see mostly, Mindy, from what I could tell, is most of these totals today have been going down. Not this one. This one's gone up.
Yeah, I think there's a reason why it will go up. I think it's this Pirates team. I mean, the talk of the major league here have pretty much won, I think, most of their series. I think the only one they've lost here, I think, was to the Dodgers, right? And Rich Hill, I mean, we talk about him in a kind of a negative way, but he's been, pretty stellar, I guess. So only allowing 4 runs over his last 3 outings now. He has only the 3.27 ERA on the road. Chad Kuhl's one, on the other hand, that's not been doing so great. 8.38 ERA at home, 7.36 overall, 0.432 slugging percentage against him. He's giving up the long ball. I think I'm going to go over that total, Ramon. I think that's where I got to go on this one. I think this one gets to 10 runs today. That's how I see it here. Going over the total on this one.
All right, Mindy, with the over here in this one. And I'm losing value quickly. Funny because, like I said, it was 8.5 under 15, but Uh, my opening numbers show that it was as high as 9 under 20. So could we be headed to 9? Is there some value in what Mindy is doing here in this one? I'm going to take the Nationals today at home. Give me, one chance with them here. Look, I mean, we all love the Pirates. They're terrific. 18-8 so far. The Nationals just 9-15. I'll be the one though. I'm going to take the Nationals today in this one with Cool. I know I'm going to be on an island here. Fernando's on the Pirates. Butterscotch says Pirates all day. Here's Blake on the Bucks. Ziggy with you here on the over. Brent says Pirates easy play. Over here, both teams are hitting. Yeah, don't forget the Nationals are starting to pick it up a little bit. I still got them bottom 5 or so, but the right-handed bats could be slotted pretty well. I almost wanted to get on this one with Mindy. The early steam came in on the under. I was already looking under, and then as the betting patterns started to come in, I started to think about the market. I started to shift to the over, but I still not 100% Mindy with you. So I'm
No problem.
undecided. Actually, I'm not going against you. I'm not pivoting. I'm not saving it for a premium. I'll just take the Nationals here. Hey, hello too. Welcome, BBB Ford. Great to have you today. New commenter, it looks like to me, but obviously it knows his stuff here. Posting a play. So Pirates money line. Nats just not strong enough right now. Burley says Pirates keep it going. This is a Scotch lock. Pittsburgh. Darren Bucks on the money line. This one definitely, Mindy, 45% chance that this one gets postponed. Neil says Pirates team total over. JB here today. Hello to Jay.
Good morning.
Yeah, Corday, good point. Says not enough value on the Nats. Taking them plus what, $1.05 or so, maybe a dollar. Maybe I can get $1.10 on them in this one. And Mario's with me on Washington. Not going to find many on Washington today. I'm on Washington. Mindy's on the over. Oh, Castillo. Mariners and Blue Jays here. Mindy, Alec Manoah favored in this one. Blue Jays minus $1.15 or so. Could be a little bit more closely rated at some of these sharper books. The Blue Jays are the slightest of favorites right now against the Mariners. The total in this one, this is another one, though, that's going up. I mentioned these totals going down so far. Not this one, another one up. 8.5 over 25.
Yeah, and that's me. I was looking at going over here still in this one. It's getting close. It's one of those I have it at about 9 runs here. So yeah, I mean, it basically kind of comes down to Manoah, that 10 ERA that he has here at home. He does have 5.13 overall. Castillo's been playing pretty well. He just has the one loss there in extra innings, but it's the Blue Jays for me. They're still scoring runs. So are the Mariners. They each score over 5 runs of offense. But this Mariners team gives up 5 runs on defense here. Plus, that ERAs are in the bullpen hasn't been, especially great. I'm going to go over here, over the total 8.5.
Well, Steam did come in on the over in this one, and 8.5 over 25. Let me take a look real quick. I mean, it could be seeing some 9s, I think, at this point. Yeah, a couple books starting to pop up some 9s, heavily juiced, though. So most of them still at this point are 8.5 over, even maybe at minus 125. Mindy's going to be on the over in this one. Give me the Blue Jays today. I'll take them at home with Manoah. Going against Castillo. Manoah, let's take a look at what the chat has here. Yeah, I'm going to be pretty much, no, I see a little bit of support. Jay's with me here. Looks like he'll take Manoah. Says that the Jays are producing the runs right now. Still, I think I've kind of supplanted the Jays over the Rays. Maybe the Jays with maybe the number one offense right now. What do you think, guys? They are hitting. The Jays are smashing. I think. So Brent says the Mariners. Maybe it's a pass. Seattle's a great dog. Um, um, Blue Jays tough at home, says Corday. Solo on the Jays. Going to see a big split here. I'm nearly in a pick'em game. So Jerome, Seattle, Bionic on the Mariners also. Maybe a little bit more support for the Mariners, and maybe the fade of Manoah still's on. I'm on Manoah. I'm on the Jays. Mindy's going to be on the over in this one. Here's the Braves and the Mets. And look at that price, Mindy. We know the Mets have been smashing. Peterson's had some issues, certainly. And Freed here on the road. Steam came in on the Braves. A little bit of steam came in on the under as well. And right now the Braves are down to minus 135. Maybe the instinct of the way my tone of voice, too, indicating that, I don't know, maybe I thought it was too high. Still got probably the better pitching on the road. You got the Braves, but it's down to 135. Total 7.5 over 15.
Yeah, I just feel like with Freed and Peterson, I got to go under this total. They've both been pitching really well. 1.08 ERA for Freed on the road, 3.18 for Peterson at home. This Mets team has been the ones that are having the trouble scoring so far. Only, averaging 3.63 runs of offense. But then if you take a look at where they've been defensively, they've been holding teams to 3.38. So that's something too. I think they can go ahead and keep this Braves team down a little bit. I'm going to go under the total. I have this one coming in around 6 today.
All right. I think we've got ourselves our first consensus. I'm going to go under in this one with a couple of left-handers, BBB Ford, who I'll just start to call Ford, if that's okay with Ford. Braves all day. Here's Ziggy in the Mets run line. Rocco says he wants the Braves minus a run. Brent's on the Braves. Darren's on the Braves. Butterscotch got plenty of locks today, it looks like. Let me get that up there. Big time support for Atlanta here. Jerome on Atlanta. Neil says the pen didn't look good last night for the Mets. Bionic. Braves. This is almost unanimous now all of a sudden for the Braves. Rocco's got a prop for us. There's Neil on the Braves. Corday says Braves late 2.5 and Braves first 5. So that's I was feeling Braves, starting to look at the Mets side now a little bit. Maybe I'm not sure on the side. Let's go on the total here. Okay. Mindy, definitely, Braves, probably top 3. If I'm throwing out my little ratings, I mean, mix them up there a little bit. Jays, Braves, Rays. These are the offenses right now that I have at the top of the league. How about you guys? All right, Mindy, we're on the under in this one at 7.5. Yeah, there were some 8s out there overnight.
Okay.
Guardians and the Red Sox here. You got Shane Bieber, favorite on the road, at about $1.25 now, 8.5 over 15.
Oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and go over the total here in this one again today. I think this one's a pretty, closely rated matchup, especially because I've been, waiting for this Guardians team to kind of, go ahead and get going offensively. I think today might be one of those days that they can go ahead and get this done versus Pavetta with that 7 ERA, 7.78 overall. Bieber, we know he has a pretty decent ERA here, but the Red Sox have been scoring 5.77 runs of offense here. Also, if I take a look at, the bullpens, they've been doing just okay, for me. Still walking too many batters. I'm going to go ahead and go over the total 8.5 here in this one.
Well, I do have two teams that definitely put some overs on the board. Steam did come in on the under, but that hasn't really affected things too much. They steamed up, I think, actually probably at 9 last night. It might have been a kind of old. See when that move came in, and if it was indeed at 9, because uh, let's see. Yeah, so gives you a pretty fair price actually with that over in this one. So I'm gonna take the Red Sox here at home as a dog with Pavetta. Uh, Bieber certainly, yeah, maybe a little bit of lack of run support as well, but hasn't been overwhelming, I don't think. And Boston, top 10 lineup, certainly. Pretty good situation here, I would think, also for Cleveland's lineup today against Pavetta. But I'm going to trust this Red Sox lineup with the way Devers is performing currently, and the fact that I'm getting plus money at home, plus $1.10 or so. I'm going to take the Red Sox here. Rocco's leaning Red Sox. Here's Butterscotch. I'm certainly concerned about the Guardians' offense. Yeah, I mean they're probably you know 20th or so in my rankings. Uh, Looks like Peasy's got some Euro baskets today. Brent's on the Red Sox. Bionic on the Red Sox. Boston's rolling, says Verley. J. Peasy, Red Sox. Okay, good. I thought, Bieber's pretty, we expect him maybe a little better. So I wasn't sure that I'd get a lot of support here, but I'm on the Red Sox. Mindy's on the over. Here's those Rays taking on the White Sox today. The Rays, big favorite to get on the road. Feels a little dirty. Keep going back to them, to keep the premiums rolling. But, well, what can you do? I mean, you just try to pick winners. They are down to $1.45 here, but still pretty brisk road favorite against Giolito. They're still the Rays. They're the best team in the league record-wise. A 145, 8.5 over 15 still.
Yeah, I mean, they opened at what, minus 160. Now they're minus 145. So maybe a little bit of money on the White Sox. I don't really, see it that way today. I'm going to take the Rays here again today. Still loving where they are offensively, right? They've won 6 of their last 8 games, 3 of their last 4 road games. They scored 20 runs in their last 3 road games as well. So, I mean, I just expect them to play well here again today. It's one of those, like, I didn't initially like that price at 160. For me, it's getting a little bit better at 145. So going with the Rays today.
Yeah, let's get it now. I mean, I feel like it might go back up. They feel like a public side in this one. I would think some big time matchups for some of these bats against Giolito. Yandy at the top of the lineup, Rosarena, Paredes also. So I'm with you, Mindy. Let's do it again. Like I said, I mean, I guess you just keep going to them. I mean,
Right.
I think they could certainly be a bigger favorite than 145 here. The way the White Sox have been going right now, it's sad what's going on with the White Sox. So let's take the Rays with Bionic. Butterscotch has a lot. He's got a lot of. We might as well just take these Scotch locks and parlay them all together.
I mean, why not? It seems like it's in line, right?
Rays in the over here for Neil. Rays team total over for PZ. Ziggy would take the Rays. Brent's on the Rays on the run line. Lots of Rays support here. Let's take them. We're on the Rays. All right. Yankees, Rangers in this one. Rangers, big time. Have you ever want to take the Yankees at plus $1.75 or so? This is your day. Maybe even higher. Rangers a $2 favorite here, Mindy, and this total is 7.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that I kind of feel like this, pitching today is a little bit of a mismatch. But then I know that these teams offensively, they can put up pretty wild numbers here as well. I'm still going to go ahead and go over the total today. I have this one coming in at around 9 or so. Most of that is the Yankees scoring 5 runs a game. The Rangers are at like 7 runs a game. Each of these teams give up 4 runs a game. They do have some nice bullpens, so we don't have to worry about that so much. Or I mean, maybe I do to get over the total, but I just think there's going to be a lot of offense early here
Oh.
in this one, even though I give DeGrom the advantage here a little bit in this one.
All right, Mindy, on the over in this one feels tough because I want to be on Texas here, and you almost have to get involved almost with a run line at this point.
Yeah,
At 205 and
that's
still a
crazy.
low total. So that's a little bit tough, but let's see what the chat's going to do. We have Fernando on the Yankees. Here's Neil, Texas, and over. Butterscotch, Texas, team total over. Ziggy will lay the run line here. I'll lay the run line as well. Feels a little bit, uncomfortable, but so far, Schmidt, they haven't really been good with him. Here's Bionic on the run line. So I guess if we got some chat members doing it, I can do it too. And I'll do it here on the show. I will take the Rangers on the run line, even money. I think even you might even be able to get a little better than that. Showing it right now at plus $1.05 or so at some books. So let's go ahead and take the Rangers for me. Mindy's on the over in this one. Rangers run line for me. Make it clear.
Sure.
And the Phillies take on the Astros in this one. Hey, it was a big
Hey.
matchup. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but still a great matchup considering maybe expectations. But right now, Phillies are just 500. Astros have found their way to 14 and 11. Nola and Framber. Astros down to $1.40, 7.5 under 20.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of a playoff game or something here. It kind of reminds me of last year. But I'm going to go ahead and go over this total of it's still 7.5, right? I'm going to go over this total here again today. You got Nola here with that 5.75 ERA. You got this Phillies team and this Astros team putting up 5 runs of offense. So each of them been doing pretty well. And we know this Phillies bullpen just kind of really hasn't been so great, giving up a 5 ERA, 10 home runs this season. Still have 100 strikeouts, but 45 walks. That's just too many for me. I'm going to go over the total.
A couple of teams have definitely been producing on some overs so far this season. And, I did see some openers here that were juiced up 7 to the over, and now it's 7.5. So maybe the public kind of feeling what Mindy's talking about here. Ziggy would go Astros. Ford says Astros money line easy. And Bionic on the Astros. Butterscotch says over in this one. Agreeing with Mindy here. And I'm going to be a little contrarian today, it looks like. I think, let's see here. All right, Mindy, this might be. I'm going to take the Phils on the road here today with Nola to spring an upset. Mostly going on the fact that I just like the lineup of the Phillies right now a little bit better. I still have the Phillies probably at number 5 or so offensively in the
Nice.
league.
Okay.
Yep. And they have not been at full strength. We know that. So
Sure.
I like the way they've been hitting. Good pitching matchup, obviously. It's supposed to be a good pitching matchup. Maybe we haven't seen the best from these guys so far. Blake on the over. We saw Butterscotch on the over with you. I'll take the Phillies in this one at the plus $1.25, $1.20 or so. It looks like on the screen. Hello to Kevin Carty here with us today. He's on Houston and the over. I'll be on the Phillies. Mindy's on the over. Yeah, I get it, Corday. But I think that Nola can have a lot of advantages actually there if he can just find himself right now a little bit. Okay, Mindy, here's the Angels and the Brewers. Wade Miley at home, $1.35 now, 9 over 20. This total's going up.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be, an interesting game. Two pitchers that are probably maybe going a little bit in different directions, I would say. Miley, you could say he's off to one of his best starts of his, career, 1.96 ERA. Anderson, he's, struggled a little bit here. He's got that ERA sitting at about 7. But again, if I take a look at Tyler Anderson, though, he still has a 34.3 K rate. So there's something to be said for that. I don't necessarily, I think that ERA right now is a little bit of anomaly away. He does have a 5.4. I'm going to go ahead and go under the total. I expect Miley again to have a really good day. And again, I think Tyler Anderson can get back into form from where he's been. I'm going to go under that total.
I'm going to agree with you in this one, Mindy. I think that we might see good performances from these left-handers in this one. I would think that Anderson can handle. I expect him to surprise a little bit here. Even I think the Angels have a chance to. Steam came in on Milwaukee. I mean, I might find my way to the Angels, but I'll take the under with you in this one. Let's roll through and see what the chat has to say. A lot of support here for the Brewers. There's
Sure.
Bionic on the Brewers, Blake on the Brewers, Ziggy on the Brewers. Butterscotch says it's going to be tough for the Angels to be able to do this considering what's going on. Yeah, well, I don't know.
I know you say you like the Angels today.
Well, the team came in on the Brewers. I'd have to fade these guys a little bit to get on the Angels, and I don't know if that's going to if that'll be the case just yet. So I'll take the under with you. I do like under in this one. All right. Thanks for the picks, everybody. Here comes the Diamondbacks against the Rockies. Arizona on the road, $1.20, down to $1.20. So maybe some action here on the Rockies. And this total has continued to drop as well. Right now, it is 11 flat.
Oh, goodness. 11 flat. Well, I'm going to go under in this one today. Merrill Kelly, if I take a look at where he's been, 0.93 ERA here on the road. So he's been able to, keep him down. I think he might be able to do that again here today. Freeland, he's been a little bit worse, I would say, as a home pitcher, 5.28 ERA. But yet he has been, holding his opponents to no home runs when he's had his home starts here. So I'm going to go under the total. I have it coming in around 8 or 9. So I think we're okay here today.
That sounds like a premium from Mindy Hahn in this one. I don't know. I look at Arizona's maybe pretty public side, and I don't know if I want to necessarily be. I've been touting these public sides a little bit, but I'm going to give the Rockies a chance here. I'm probably going to be on them. Let's see what the chat has to say. Here's Corday immediately on the Diamondbacks. Lay the run and a half. Ziggy would take the under with you in this one. Bionic says Rockies run line. I'm just going to take them on the money line. I'll take the Rockies here at home. Brent says he's on the Diamondbacks. I think I'm on some of these teams that some of our chat aren't today. Ziggy said under. Yeah, we said that. Got that. All right, Mindy. Mindy's on the under. I'm on the Rockies today. Can't lose them all. Got to find some spots. All right. Well, this one, we didn't quite see this line for quite a while. At least on the overnights, there was nothing to be had. But now we see it, and now I'm showing. Of course, I have it. If I'm not, I have it wrong there, don't I? The Athletics. Let me fix that, Mindy, because I got news for you.
News?
Yep.
What kind of news?
I'll tell you in just a second here. As soon as I put the right
I don't like to wait.
Yeah. Of course, it's not the Astros. That was just a typo. All right. Mindy, the Oakland Athletics are at a pick'em today at home. That's the news. I mean, the woeful A's. Now, granted, they are playing the Reds, so maybe you've got somebody they can beat. The A's are favored, or no, I'm sorry, a pick'em right now at home. Total 8.5 over 25. So I don't know. It's not really news, but I'm just pointing out that The woeful A's are in a pick'em tonight at home against the Reds.
And then we have Moeller for the A's, right?
Yeah, that one we had that part we had right.
That part we had right, but they put in, Sessa here because they didn't have anything on the early overnight. Yeah, it's one of those like Sessa's the one he has that terrible ERA. I think it's still again a little bit deceiving. He was hammered that first start, but has been pretty good. The rest of his performances. I like where the Reds are right now, especially the bullpen. Right, they're 3.4 ERA here, 5 saves. The A's, on the other hand, still have that 6.81 ERA, 3 saves. They've given up 79 earned runs. I'm going to take the Reds here on the road to get this one today.
All right, Mindy on the Reds on this one. Maybe the A's are a sharp side today. I don't know. They're a pick 'em here against the Reds, folks. You want to go against a team that's 5-21 here and get them at a pick 'em. This is your opportunity. Here comes some plays. Let's see what we got. We got Butterscotch says Oakland. Blake says Oakland first 5. Neil says over, over, over. Steam came in on the over, by the way. And Ziggy says the line tells you to pick Oakland. Bionic says, I'm going to stick with Mindy in this one. Take the Reds 10-15. They're not, definitely not a terrific club. We know that. John Holland here today. Good to see John. And he says A's first 5. Here's another, and almost a copy and paste here with Ford. He says over, over, over.
Right.
Is it 9 yet? Because I want to go. I'm going to be, just to let you go, I'm going on the under. I'm going to fade. I'm not fading Neil and Ford to fade them. I'm going on the under in this game. Corday, Reds run line. Kevin Carty, Oakland first 5. Interesting, Mindy. There's a lot of support, I would say, for Oakland in the chat here today, despite how bad things have been going. It seems like they're actually kind of popular with some of the public. I was thinking the Reds would be an obvious public side.
Yeah.
All right.
I wanted to be obvious.
Yeah, well, hey, I mean, obviously there is going to be some obvious that there'll be some support at the window for the Athletics today.
Right.
But we do have, but our chat, our chat, these are some, these are expert cappers.
Right.
This is hardcore capping. So, okay.
Corday had good info there. A's 4-10 last year versus a fave, or as a fave, losing by 2 runs or more.
Okay. Oh. All right, here we go, Mindy. Last game, Cardinals and Dodgers. In this one, I'm showing that the Dodgers are favored, but only $1.35 now, which may be a discount off the opener, but it's gone up from $1.30 at the low point, it looks like. So the total here is 8.5 over 20.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting to see, what, Scott was going to say about this one. If he was, still saying the Cardinals are going to be trashed in this one, because I have the Cardinals here. I'm going to take them on the money line here, getting a little bit of plus money. These 2 bullpens have just been really terrible as of late. If you take a look at the Dodgers, 7.71 ERA, Cardinals 6.62 ERA. I mean, this is just pretty awful, but these starting pitchers have been faring here pretty well. I'm just going to go ahead and, the bullpen right now, the edge goes to this Cardinals team. They do have the 3.99 ERA compared to that 5.32. It's one of those that I just think the Cardinals get it done here today. I'm going to take them on the money line.
I've got the Cardinals. Let's take the Cardinals, Mindy, and put one more up there for us, for you to add to the list. And John says you can't trust these Cardinals right now at 10-16. I know. Yeah. There's the Cardinals. You still got, pretty solid lineup in there. Dustin May, definitely want to see more from May. I'm going to take the Cardinals in this one. I know we're not going to get much support, Mindy, but we're on them. We are on them, that's for sure. So Kevin says, take the over. That's your best bet. And I think I can't disagree with him there. In fact, you might even see that one make the card. We'll see. All right. Thanks, everybody, for a great show.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you
even got
to
like Freddie Freeman. What does it say? 4-13 versus Flaherty. So should be a good matchup. I'm excited for this
okay.
game.
Darren on the Dodgers, Ziggy on the Dodgers. Big time going against us here, Mindy. So if we lose, we just won't say anything. And if we win, we'll come in here saying we told you all to take the Cardinals.
Oh
They
my
are a
goodness.
mess, no doubt. So we're on them. We're on them. All right, everyone. Thanks. Don't forget about our website, Tony'sPicks.com. You'll find our premium picks. Those are absolutely our best picks. We just gave you some complimentary winners on every game on the card, but we also have our premium picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can use the promo code TonyT at checkout, save 20% off all of our premium pick packages on Friday and this weekend. We're back tomorrow with more morning steam. See if we got any other packages coming up here with our crew since we've been on the air. There's Tony's got his 3-pack today, 2 in the NBA, 1 in Major League Baseball for his formula for profit. The Friday powerhouse Daniel's got a 3-pack as well. Click on the All Cappers tab, find the handicapper of your choice, and get signed up. Mindy's entering our plays. We'll check them out right now. And maybe some more comments. Okay, here we are in the NHL. Bruins money line, Stars money line, Avalanche money line. We're on 3 of the 4 games with
Right.
team. Hopefully our crew's with us a little bit, but we're on the Kings here for our NBA play on the road. Thank you to Burley. Thank you to Neil. Thank you to Nathan. And baseball, Cubs money line. Braves under. Rays money line. Brewers under. Cardinals money line. Thank you, Bionic. Thank you to Curtis. And a couple more, but we can just shout out. We get out of here. Butterscotch, Kevin Carty, Bionic was here. Ziggy was here. Corday. Ford was here. Great to have Ford, new contributor here. Looks like he knows what he's doing. Nathan Cerna, JPZ, Rocco was here today. All right. Great job, Mindy Hahn. Thank you, everyone. Back more morning steam, a weekend edition tomorrow. There we go. Yeah.
We got it.
Let's have a good one today, everybody. Let's get back to it. All right. Appreciate the contributions, the selections, and your showing up here. Great to have you all the way through the show about our 80, us and our 80 friends, we say nowadays. Seems like we're pretty solid, just the 83 of us. All right. For Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.